Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to display teams on a schoolboard. Now this is something I'd done quite some time ago with my Gold Rush map, and at the time I didn't think too much of it, but it turns out that it's something people have been wanting to know how to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this tutorial, and we're going to be using command blocks and scoreboards. However, I'm not going to go into too much detail as to how they work. I'm just going to show you the basic commands so that you can set this up and get teams displayed on your scoreboard. So the first thing that we need to do is actually add a team. So if we have a look at the command for that, you can see it's scoreboard teams add team underscore blue and then blue team. So this bit right here is the actual name of the team that we're going to refer to. This can be whatever you want. It could be team 1 or just T1 or something like that. And then over on this side we have the actual display name of the team. So this is blue space team, and notice that we have a space there. That's allowed in the display name but not the actual name of the team. And so once we've added a team, we also want to define the color of that team, which we can do with this command here. So schoolboard teams option team underscore blue, so we're referring to the team's actual name again, and then color blue. So there's actually a limited amount of colors that you can use. I'm going to put a list of those in the description box so you can refer to those there. So let's add the team and then let's define the color like that, and we're going to do that for all three different teams. Over here we have the red team, and then over on this side we have the yellow team. And then what we need to do next is actually add a dummy score. So this is the score that we're going to display on the sidebar. And so we have scoreboard objectives add score dummy. Now note that the score is both the display name and the actual name of that dummy value right there. So that's very important. So let's add that. So what we're going to do next is add a player to the team, and that player's name is going to be the team's name, and that's what's going to be displayed on the side of the screen. And that's the basic trick as to how this works. But let's have a look at the scoreboard command for this. So it's scoreboard teams join team underscore blue blue team. So this is the player name right here. Now you may be thinking, if a player with this name joins the game, then they'll be able to break the scoreboard system, and it is very likely that that will happen. But what is unlikely is that someone will actually have this name, and if they do have this name, then it's quite likely they've signed up for it so that they can disrupt this. So if you were running this on a public server, then you'd probably want to ban a player called Blue Team from joining, and if you're playing this with friends, it's very unlikely that they would have that name. So that's the only little minor flaw with this system. However, it's really unlikely that someone has that, and you can just ban people, like I said, who join with that name. But let's add the player to the scoreboard like that, and then what we need to do is actually add some points to them. So this is score right here. This will be the point system in your map. So scoreboard players add blue team right here, so that's the player name, not the team name. And then we have score, which is the dummy value that we set a moment ago, and then 1. So we're going to add 1 point to their score like that, and then we're going to set that back to 0. So this is a command that you need to add and then reset it so it's ready for your game to begin. Unless you actually want your teams to start off with a score of 1 or however it works, but scoreboard players set blue team, that's the player name right there, score 0. So let's set the score to 0, and then if we go over here, this is the command to actually set the display on the side of the screen. So scoreboard objectives set display sidebar, that's the location. You can also make it list and other places as well, and then score, and so this is the dummy value that we set up a moment ago. So let's display that, and you can see that the blue team is now displayed on the side of the screen. If we go over here and use this command, this is how you're going to add score in your game. That's actually the wrong one, it's this one here. So whenever an event happens that's supposed to trigger a score, you need to use this command here, so then you can add a score point like that. And then if we go over here and add a player for the red team, add some points to them, then they're going to appear on the scoreboard as well. And we can do the same thing with the yellow team, just like that. So that's basically everything you need to know about how this works. There will be a download link in the description box, which will be a schematic for these command blocks right here. So if you didn't quite understand it, or you just want to play around with it a little further, you could import it into your own world and then see how this works. So that is it for this tutorial video. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.